You're listening to the C1D Paintball Podcast. Remember to subscribe to us on YouTube, Spotify, and our Discord.
Welcome to the C1D Podcast. This is Mike, and I'm joined by my lovely, beautiful wife, Miranda. Or some other people like to call us Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde of Paintball. Originally, when we first started playing, didn't really know anybody to play paintball with. We were going to Troy, Capital Combat Zone, in a place in Montreal called Army Globe Battlefield. It was an indoor field, and it was pretty close to home, even though we had to cross the border. So we frequented that place probably like twice a week, some days, sometimes even 3 times a week. But one day we were just playing there, and it was sometimes we'd be on the same team, sometimes we'd be on another team, but we happened to be on the same team this day, and I guess we were just housing, doing work, and the ref kind of looks down at us at the end of a game after we had won a game. We were all celebrating in the middle, and he goes, "Oh, you guys are kind of like Bonnie and Clyde." And I was like, "Oh yeah, we kind of are. That's cool." And I didn't really think of it much then. But when we hooked up with C1D and Andrew and Nick and all them guys, we started doing jerseys and nicknames, and everyone had nicknames and stuff. And we were like, "Oh, what can we do? What can we put on our jerseys? We can just put Mike and Miranda, Nichols, whatever. We could, we were just got married, so it was like we could do a lot of cool things with that. But we decided, the Bonnie and Clyde thing. Let's roll with that. So we did. So we put that on our jerseys, and it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool idea. We get a lot of feedback on that, and it just it's kind of a cool little callback. But so yeah, it looks a little different today. You're kind of looking at one screen. We're missing a couple people. We're missing Connor. We're missing Andrew. We're missing Jeff. But we're here to fill in the gap and do a special little show today to kind of talk about, being a husband and wife and playing paintball and what comes along with that. And I just went on to ChatGPT and typed in, give me 10, good solid questions, brief questions that, spouses could ask each other, 2 people who play paintball together, a husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever. Anybody who wants to play paintball together, just a couple questions to ask them just to kind of, keep things fun. And I guess we can just fire right off and get right into them. Anyway, so I'll let you do some talking. I'll ask you the first question. It gets right into it. So yeah, number 1 question, what's your favorite memory of us playing paintball together? So I can ask you, you can ask me, or we can rotate questions, it doesn't matter. But
favorite memory.
Well, it's kind of a tough one right off the spot.
It is really hard because it's been 2 years we've been playing together?
Well, this is the 3rd season. First season was, we started mid-season, so technically the 3rd year. We had a lot of good memories.
Yeah. It's gonna sound cheesy, but I guess my favorite. I got 2.
Hey, Andrew.
I guess the top favorite one would be our first time playing together.
Yeah.
Yeah, only because I don't know. Well, you had played before for your bachelor party, but I guess I don't know, getting used to the ropes of things.
Where was the first time we played? So I was trying to think of that. Right? I'm not sure. I think so. I would want to say so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a big outdoor field.
Was that when we got all the people together? Was that?
Yeah, it was. We had a bunch of friends, some family members.
We had close to 20 people.
We had a lot of people actually.
That went out that day. It was a couple months in planning.
I don't know. I think that was probably. See, like the favorite memory is going to line up between that one and then being called the Bonnie and Clyde for the first time, so it's kind of difficult. I don't know, I guess that one, the first time playing, just because, like, we were learning the ropes, playing together, I mean, this was even before we turned into Bonnie and Clyde, so we had no idea that this was where where we were gonna be. But I don't know. You kind of showed me the ropes because it was my first time, your second time. Oh my god, I just felt so cool. So cool. And the fact that we did it together, I don't know. I guess that's my favorite.
I find it's funny, like, I mean, when we go to these big events and stuff, you see, you know, girls, you know, playing paintball and stuff. But I think when we went to Troy that day, you were the only girl there, and there was 50, 60 people, you know, total throughout the day. You were being the only girl, and I just remember everybody just looking, just being like, what is she doing here? What is she doing here? Yeah.
It's funny. It felt different being the only girl, but at the same time, it kind of made me like this, gave me a good feeling knowing like, oh yeah, you know, show that girls can play paintball too. I don't know. I think that's my favorite. What about you? What was your favorite memory?
I gotta say, between the transition, I think, so like I said, when we got into paintball, it was just me and you. We had no idea what we were doing. No friends that wanted to play with us. No fields close by. So it was more like some people wanted to play, but they didn't want to travel. So it was like we were on our own, whatever. But when we went to Army Globe that one day, and it's kind of like a two-parter, it wasn't just the one day, it was this whole transition period. But we went to Army Globe one day, and it was particularly busy with a group of what I thought was milsim guys, these scary looking dudes in full gear, C1D gear and vests and just big ass scary guns. And I'm like, wow, these guys are intimidating. I looked at Miranda, I was like, should we even like play today? Like we looked cool, but we did not, you know what I mean, know how to play really.
We're the black sheep of everybody.
Yeah, it was still like under our 10th time going out, but these guys are really cool, and they were like, hey, you guys are welcome to play with us. Obviously, it's just one field indoors. They were like, yeah. So we played with these guys, and it was amazing. And these guys ended up being Nick, Nevin, Rob, and Norm. And it was just a super cool day. And I was like, oh my God, we finally got accepted by this, group of people who want to play and seem like we have some similar interests. So we're sitting in the room where we're getting ready, the staging area or whatever, and I look up at the TV and there's this video playing. And it's just this guy with some paintball video in the background of Army Glow.
Oh my God.
And it's this dude up on the left hand screen, and I'm like, oh, you guys know that guy? I was just watching him on YouTube the other day because I've been coming here a couple times, and that's Andrew, and they're like, yeah, that's our guy, that's the guy, C1D, and they're doing this with their jerseys, and they're like, oh, and so that was a really cool moment. But that kind of tapers into the next time we played paintball. We got thrown into a group chat with a bunch of people we didn't know, and said, you guys are really cool. We enjoyed playing with you. Come play with us this Saturday at our home field, Warzone Paintball. And we're like, oh my God, like, holy crap, this is really cool. This is like real. Like, we just got invited from a team to go meet the rest of the team. This is going to be absolutely wild. And I was so nervous. I might have not showed it or said anything or whatever, but like getting out of the car was just so different that day, paintballing. To go up to this porch full of, like, I don't know, there must have been 15, 20 people, C1D that day. It was massive outing that day. And everyone was just super happy to meet the Americans who played with, a couple of the C1D guys. And I remember Andrew coming out and introducing himself, and just all the guys. And that little transition, I know that was a long story, but that transition of meeting the guys and then the next time going out and playing with them and being accepted right off, and it was an amazing feeling. It was probably my best, one of my best memories of us getting in there and meeting some people, showing people, what we're about. We're good people. We're just here to have fun. We're not too serious, yada, 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 but at the same time, we can kick some ass. And, here we are. That was my coolest memory anyway.
And as a girl, I have to say, it felt really nice to go in there and not being treated like, oh, it's a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful. Oh, no. I get treated like one of the guys, and I love it.
Yeah, treated just like one of the dudes, and nobody took it easy on her that day, but nobody, went overboard. It was an awesome day. So anyway, on to the next, since I just babbled for so long. Oh, this is a good one, because, yeah. Number 2, do you prefer when we're on the same team or going against each other, and why?
I guess it depends on the week we've had. No, I'm just kidding.
That's true.
It is tricky because I do enjoy both being on the same team and going against you. But if I had to pick one, I'd have to say being on the same team. Only because, as you can tell, we are Bonnie and Clyde. But who else can just be like, oh yeah, I play on the same team as my husband in paintball? Like, I don't know. It's just, we get to learn how we play together. And it's different all the time. There's always new things that we're learning. And it's such a good feeling to be like, oh, I don't know, I guess, for example, if we're in the middle of a game working together and the communication and, I don't know, just, it's a really good feeling being able to work as a team together. Just, I don't know, doing our thing and taking out people. Just adds that little extra hobby to our relationship.
I agree. I don't have much to add on that. I agree. It's 50-50. Well, I'd say over the course of the years, I think we do end up on the opposite team a little more. And I think that's strictly because we show up late. And it's like the teams are already set, so it's like, all right, Bonnie, you're on that team, Clyde, you're on that team, like, go. So that's how it ends up. Generally, but it's pretty close to 50-50, because we do get to play a lot. I'd say I like it equally, but I do slightly like playing with you better for all the points that you said, and it's just awesome seeing you out there doing your thing, and it's just not to like throw you under the bus or anything, but you are like outside of the paintball field, you're more of a quiet, type individual, but you just absolutely change when you get on the paintball field. You're just like I said, one of the guys. What's going on, Alpha? And you completely come out of your shell, nothing holds you back, and you're not afraid to just get in there and do your thing. So I love, granted I'm usually in front of you, I love seeing you out there in the field doing your thing, and it's a lot easier to do that when I'm on your team. I love the communication and cooperation that happens. We got some cool videos. For example, one of my favorite, I guess I could throw that in, top 5 memories from the question 1. Was when we were on base at Warzone using the crate in the door, and the communication. I made the video about it, and it's all the guys out the door. You'd open the door, I'd shoot, or I'd open the door, you'd shoot, or it was just really cool. So I do really enjoy those moments. So. On to the next one. Oh, there you go. You can read that one.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff
says it's the pigtails.
No braids today.
No braids today.
Is there anything I do in the field that annoys you or surprises you?
Annoys or surprises me? Well, I don't think there's really anything that anybody does particularly obviously there's small things that annoy you in paintball, but I couldn't think of anything annoying. Surprising, it would just be going off the last thing, like, you're an animal, like, on the field, like, you do stay back and strategically move up and do your thing, but like you're a sniper, you're an animal, and it's just, you play video games and you're very good at those, but like I said, you're just a very quiet individual, and cute and quiet, and for you to be such a monster on the field, it surprised me originally, but not now. Obviously now I'm used to it, but. Yeah, what about you? Anything that I'm sure there's plenty of things that annoy you.
I don't know if I'd say annoy. Surprise. I guess there's a couple things that surprised me, and actually recently surprises me, but not. I guess the last time that we played Lancaster, we were super duper close to each other. You easily could have shot me. I easily could have shot you, but then you were like, "Oh, I don't want to shoot you from this close." the initial thought was, it surprises me because why not shoot somebody that's on the other team or on the opposite team that's right there? But then it doesn't surprise me because I am your wife, and you don't really want to hurt too much.
Yeah, so that was a moment last time we were at Lancaster. We were in the tall grass field, and you just don't know where anybody is at any point in time. There, the grass is at your head. You can only see shadows, and I was moving up kind of faster than I probably should have been. And just boom, all of a sudden, I saw my wife and her marker, and we're both pointing at each other, and it was just. Well, I felt like I was a little too close, but also didn't want to freeze her because we were both pointing at each other, and it would have been like a freeze trade. It just didn't seem right, so I was like, babe, if she would have shot me in that time I spoke, that would have been my fault. But I was just like, babe, I don't want to shoot you this close. And she kind of laughed, and she goes, well, what do you want to do?
Because I was ready to shoot you.
Yeah, we were both like, we're talking, but we're both like kind of ready, and she's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was just like, well, I'm gonna run this way. That way I can get a little more distance in between us, and we can have kind of a fight, which leads into a slightly funny story. And this was happening, I back up, move around, I'm aiming at her. All of a sudden I thought a teammate comes up next to me. I think I said this in the last podcast. I'm standing there, I'm like, I took a couple shots up where I thought she was, look at my teammate, I was like, hey, is she the last one left? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, how many people were there? He's like, 4. And then all of a sudden he kind of peeks up and he goes, you're not on my team. And it was Alex. Yeah, I said that last podcast. But anyway, I never ended up getting Miranda, but it just goes to show, there is a little bit of leniency when we're on the other teams. Like, I don't want to hurt her, obviously. And even though she's taken ink off my tattoos.
In the dark, I could not see anything. But another thing that surprised me, the main part of this, to answer the question, is, I guess it's kind of the same with what you said about me. Like, I'm more of a quiet person. You're more of the outgoing type. I feel like you're getting better over the years. But anyways, is your style of gaming, like the way you play. I think the last big game thing we played at is. You have literally stepped in the field doing things that I honestly didn't think you would do, and like not in a bad way, but like the shield, you'll run out with the shield. I don't know how many times that there was the buzzer, you went up and pushed the buzzer, grabbed flags, pulled the flags, run out with no gun and just the shield. People are shooting at you and you still managed to not get hit. That's probably one of the biggest things that surprises me, because like I'm just sitting there in the back watching you, covering you as much as I can, and then there you are running straight to where everything's happening. And that's a lot of pressure too.
That surprised me actually too. I went out of my shell there quite a bit too, so don't get you too used to that. Anyway, let's see, we got quite a bit of chat going on there. T-Head says, I was there. Jeff says, finish him. Yeah, no remorse. Andrew says, Jeff, would you have shot your wife? Paintball, Jeff, absolutely. She would have shown no mercy. You're a brave soul. I know my wife. I don't know if she'd play. We'll get her out there one day. Alpha's in the chat. You guys are awesome. A lot of people admire these paintball nerds. Half-finished lawn, eating a sandwich, and having a nice cold cup of Weiser while listening in. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you're here. Alright, on to the next one. Let's see. Oh, now we're just going to beat each other up here. How do you think we could work better as a team during games?
I feel like I know how you're going to answer this.
I was going to say, yeah.
But I guess this is maybe something we could add into the way we play. I don't know if that's kind of going off the question or not, but we have really good communication, so I don't want to say that has to work better as a team, but I feel like if we were to wear our little walkie-talkie earbuds, it would help so much for the times that we drift apart just a little bit. It's not only, obviously being on top of each other, communicating helps, but for those times that we do like drift off, I feel like the walkie-talkies would better our communication the way we play.
I do agree, because there is many a time. So I don't think there's not much I would say you have to do anything better, but the question was we could do better, and we as in me, I need to listen better. And it's not that I don't want to listen to you, but I don't listen to anybody. It's because I get in this kind of zone, and it's not even like a murderous. It's just like tunnel vision, and my ears go with my vision. I'm just like a one-track mind, I think, is the problem. So I think if I could just relax a little bit and try to separate myself from the game and actually listen to my teammates a little better, I think that would help. Because often when I'm reviewing my footage, I'm sitting here running, doing all this stuff, and I'll get out and I'll hear somebody the whole time like behind me saying, no, don't do that, or don't go there, or he's right there, or Mike, or just, so I think that would help. I think the walkies would help because definitely in big games we often spread apart, and or you're just too far away. I know there's been multiple times where I've like, babe, and then boom, I get shot because I'm like screaming. So yeah, I think the walkies would help.
There's a couple times it makes me giggle every time it happens, and I feel like it's always when I'm with Connor. Like, you'll be up far enough where I think you could hear, and then there's Connor and I at a bunker. He's yelling, Mike, and I'm like, babe, and he's like, Mike Nichols, and it's just we're yelling for like a good minute or two. I was like, yeah,
just let him go. He's not coming back. All right, where are we? What do you think our biggest strength is? So basically, the opposite of the last question. I guess we kind of answered it in the midst of that, but
I feel like we work really good together, and a couple examples. Well, one example that happens, I feel like multiple times, is when we are in the same spot together. And I can recall like at least 2 times in my head I can see it. We're in the same little spot, and I'm blind as a bat. I can still get people from god awful reason. I can't see people in the woods, forest. Like, hopefully people that I play against aren't hearing this because they have an advantage now. But there's been multiple times where I can't see anybody, or I can see them, but I know I can't shoot them. So I'll be like, oh, babe, there's a person, and I'll tell you where they are. And every time you pretty much do get them.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I guess it goes in the communication. But if I can't do something, I feel like you can do it, and just kind of help each other out like that.
Yeah, I think communication, when we are close enough to actually work together and not on the other side of bunkers or whatever, I think communication is our best thing, and I think we've had some really cool moments on and off camera, working together and doing stuff. So yeah, let's see. Oh, that's a good one.
Do you think playing paintball has made our relationship stronger, and how so?
I really think it has, because at this point in time, like through our relationship, 9 years, going on 10 years, like we've had a lot of hobbies, bouncing, small hobbies, big hobbies, trying out new things. I mean, we went one day, we were just driving down the road. I think we were like going fishing or going to get cigarettes or just doing something, going to get gas. I don't remember what we were doing. And there's just this old man with his garage wide open selling golf clubs. We've never played golf in our life, ever. We're like, pull in there, just this cute old man sitting there selling hundreds of golf clubs. I want to buy a golf club from this guy. I don't know why. We're going to go buy some golf clubs. So we're shooting the shit with this old man, and he's a super cool guy, saying he's been doing this, he's retired, he's been selling golf clubs and bikes and antiques. And he sized us up, and we said, hey, we want some golf clubs. And he's like, what do you want to do? Yeah, I don't know. Just want some golf clubs. We might go golfing. I had no idea, So the guy sized us up, and he said, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he told us about it or we knew about it. Either way, like 20 minutes down the road was a driving range. And I figured that would probably be better than, actually going and golfing and doing the whole, putting and all that good stuff. Because I sucked at the mini putt when I was a kid. But, so we went to this guy, he sized us up, told us the exact clubs that we needed. We bought them, gave us a good deal, which I would assume. according to him, either that or he was a really good salesman. And we drove to this driving range. We never done this before, never wanted to in our life. And then all of a sudden, boom, we're like driving range people now. And we started going to the driving range. Like, it just goes to silly little hobbies that make no sense. And then there's kayaking and fishing and boating and video games. I mean, that's something that'll never leave, But we have a lot of hobbies. But I guess what I'm getting to in all this babbling is it's something that has stuck. You know what I mean? And I'm very bad with not committing to things, really getting invested in something and then not committing to it for as long as I should, like instruments. Like I'll play one for like half a year and then I'll just drop it. So now I can play 30 instruments very badly. But paintball is something that ever since the first day we went, it's like we have to be dying with COVID or like lose our passports or like run into a hub assembly at like 80 miles per hour in Texas in order to not make it to paintball. Like there's not many reasons why we don't go to paintball, because we love doing it and we love doing it together and everything that comes with it. It's not even just the paintball, it's the ride to paintball, it's the ride home from paintball, the things that we do in the midst of it, even the media aspect and recording and doing the videos afterwards. We sit here and we talk about it and we're constantly showing each other the stuff and like it never ends and we're constantly buying stuff and just doing stuff. So it's one hobby that's stuck and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. And all the things that come with it, it bumps into our personal life so much, and all the things that we've had to do, and it's not all great. Don't get me wrong. We honestly enjoy the ride. Well, I know I enjoy the rides home more than the rides there. Usually it's really early in the morning. We're late. We forgot this. We didn't pack this, or we didn't do this in time. So I might be a little cranky until we get to the field, and then we leave all of our, stuff in the car. We leave all of our feelings at the car, and we go play paintball like it never happened. And paintball is always amazing. The ride home is always amazing. We always find something cool to do. What's our signature dinner spot when we go home?
A&W.
A&W.
Every time.
Yeah, every single time. It doesn't matter if someone invites us somewhere else. It's like, sorry, we got like this ritual. It's me and always thing. Like, oh, I don't care that you don't think A&W is the best restaurant and the best fast food joint. Like, we happen to find it and we do it. Same with when we go down to Capital Combat Zone in Troy. Where's our go-to?
Five Guys.
Five Guys. Hamburgers. I don't know if it's what it is with hamburgers after a long day of paintball, and it's just so good. But we get these little rituals and stuff, and sometimes it's frustrating, sometimes it's not. But I do believe it's not like without paintball our relationship would be crumbling right now. But I really do think that in so many aspects it's made our relationship stronger. Sorry for
That's okay.
that broad
Very
thing.
mind-blowing.
So anyway, you.
Oh, wow. Wow, in a good way. I guess I'm just going to kind of go off of some of the stuff you said, because I feel the exact same way. Yes, I do feel like it has made our relationship stronger. How? Many ways. Like you said, we do a lot of hobbies out of our normal and then unexpected ones. So I know I had said my favorite memory was the first time we went, but it was your second time. So he went paintballing for his bachelor party. I don't know if you knew about it before they surprised you, but when you told me, I was like, holy crap. I was like, he went paintballing. Like, I've heard of it, but like never, I don't know anybody that's went paintballing. So I was like, oh wow. And he was telling me all about it.
I wouldn't shut up about it.
Oh my god, he talked about it as soon as he got home. And it was later in the night too. He's like, oh, this and that. I was like, wow. Showing me pictures. And I don't know if you had said, oh, I think I'm gonna get some paintball gear. And
as I'm talking to her about paintball, I'm also not looking at it online, looking at paintball stuff. Because I had all the rental gear and I bought a mask because it was raining. It's a fog-proof mask. Buying all this stuff as I'm talking to her, like, I think I'm gonna get the paintball.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to try it. I want to go. And I think that surprised him a lot.
It really did. I thought she was kidding.
And so before we had went, he's like, well, put on layers and layers and layers of clothing and go outside. Oh yeah, because you have your own paintball marker.
Oh God.
And he's like, well, go outside and we'll shoot each other.
She
Well,
was nervous.
I had asked. I was like, I want to see what it feels like. I want to know what to expect. So there's me in probably 4 or 5 pairs of sweatpants on top of a vest and 4 or 5 hoodies. I was like the Michelin Man walking out in the yard. So he's like waddling out there. So he's like, all right. He goes, face, your back towards me and I'll shoot you. And he shot me. And he's like, so? And I was like, I didn't really feel anything because of all of the stuff I was wearing. So then he let me shoot him, and
it hurt.
Yeah, I left a couple good
It
marks.
hurt more. You know what? It's because I knew nothing about chronoing. Not to keep interrupting you, but I knew nothing about chronoing, nothing about anything. I just assumed paintball guns shoot 1 speed. That's it. This is how much I didn't know. I'd only went paintballing once with rental gear, you know what I mean? So I think the marker that I had was friggin' hot, because that thing hurt. I got shot 100 times on my bachelor party, but that one shot that she got me, that hurt so bad.
It was pretty bad.
But I think you forgot before I had you dress up and do that, I had her go get in the shed.
Oh yeah.
I had her go get in the shed, and I was shooting at the shed. Because she was just like, I'm just so scared about the sound and this and that. And I was like, well, why don't you go get in the shed and I'm going to shoot at the shed a bunch. Because you're going to be behind barriers and you're going to be getting shot at. And it's kind of intimidating depending on what it's made of. Metal's like really loud. And it's like, so she's like, all right. So I had her go get in the shed first. I was just shooting at the shed. But yeah, so that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next. What roles do you think... Oh, let's get a couple chats out of here. Oh, Andrew, I love going to and from the field with Connor. It's a good time with him. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I bet that's a great relationship building thing. I mean, like I said, even the worst mornings, like when you guys are arguing and stuff, it all makes up for it when you pull in the parking lot and you're like, we're here to paintball. It doesn't matter what happened on the way here, or yesterday or last night. It's awesome. Oh, 380. Yeah, she was probably shooting me at like 480. There was a one time we dipped into it earlier. We were at Army Globe Battlefield, and we always stayed until the very end, like the last people were leaving, and we're like, "Aw," because that's how much we love paintball. But there was one day there was like 4 of us left, and no one wanted to leave, so the refs were like, you guys just do whatever you want, do some free-for-alls or whatever, and we're like, all right. So we're doing this free-for-all, and this is indoors. Free-for-all, everyone's still alive, we're all in the 4 corners, everyone's being really quiet, and boom. Every freaking light in the building went black. Like, and when I say, I'm talking like pitch black, because we're indoors, so there's no moon, stars, there's nothing.
You could hear the darkness.
You could hear like a pin drop.
So scary.
Nobody wanted to move. There was just silence for like 30 seconds, and I'm like, all right, I gotta move. I can't see anybody, but I'm gonna go to the center of the map. I'm gonna take some shots. That's what I did. I went to the center of the map, took some shots, waited, heard nothing. So I'm like, all right, this isn't really fun to me. Like, it was kind of a cool concept. Somebody's either going to get hurt or it's just not fun. You don't know what's going on. So I'm like, all right, I'm out, coming out. Got my hand up thinking, got my hand up, don't shoot me. I forgot it's pitch black, so thud. I was like, ow! And I just ran out. I'm just like, I gotta get out of here before I get shot again. And I hear, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I go out, I'm pretty sure I was just bleeding all over the place. She must have been, like, this far away from me. Terrified, probably down
I was hiding inside a building.
Yeah, so she got me so good. I don't think the camera would pick it up, but actually took my tattoo right off my body. Like, took a chunk of my tattoo right off my body. It Yeah, Andrew said that's a dark place when the lights are on. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Man, Elvis says behind barriers under heavy fire is so fucking loud. Like you almost feel them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to admit, I don't even know if I've ever told you this since maybe the first time I said it. When he had me go in the building here at home to listen to the noise, of course, obviously, I was like, oh yeah, I want to paintball, but, wanting to do all these things to prep myself. As soon as I heard it, I was like, oh boy. Like, not that I was like, do I really want to do this? But part of me is like, that's scary. I was like, and it's not even hitting me.
Yeah.
So part of me was a little scared, but at the same time, I was like, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did.
Yeah. I think my favorite, this is like an off question. I don't know if you have one of these just things or if it's just a guy thing or whatever, but like, I don't know if it's my videos that I like the sounds, but my favorite bunker to be behind when I'm getting shot at is like something big and plastic and empty. So it's really loud, low thud, 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 thuds. And I remember there was a video that I made at Miranda, I think, for one of the big games we went down there. And in the beginning of the video, I'm just hiding behind this big ass plastic crate, and there must have been 30 people shooting at me. I could not move, but it was just the noise. It was so intense. Like that's my favorite sound. I don't know if you have like a favorite kind of sound that a paintball goes off of or whatever.
Kind of, yeah. Probably, I don't know. It's maybe the wood. I like the wood noise. I don't know if it's because it's the first time I'm hearing paintball
Right.
on the wood, so I kind of like. But I like. I guess it's kind of going off too. Like what I like to be hiding behind is like wooden pallets.
Mm-hmm.
Like the noise. I love the noise of it, and not just that, but you have a pallet and it's got space in between, and it sounds really probably weird. I don't know. Maybe not. I like the splashback, like not getting hit, but there's the paint splattering at me. Like,
That is really
there's
cool.
something about that I just, I don't know, I love it. Like, not getting hit, but I'm getting paint on me.
Like fences
yeah.
too. Like fences at Capital Combat Zone is
Or
loaded
behind
with
a
fences.
tree, and it's kind of getting the side of a tree.
Yeah.
So I guess I like the noise against the wood on top of being behind, like, the wood pallets.
Interesting. Sounds of the game makes you feel badass and alive. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Blow-ups are awesome, but certain thinner wood that allows this aggressive noise, Alpha says. It's so awesome. Snaps are good too. Oh, Chris. Oh, yeah. Tin or metal tanks or barrels. Obviously, the tins of, metal is just wild. Definitely thin metal. Like tin is just wild. It rattles.
With that being said, I hate being behind tin stuff because of the noise. It
Yeah.
scares the absolute living crap out of me because it
Tin
sounds so
smells,
intense.
Yeah. So it's kind of known now in the group, but like eventually, obviously it's taking longer than anticipated, but I'm not rushing it. I want to get a paintball field going. But one thing I really want, I noticed it, maybe it's not important, maybe I'm just going overboard, but I want a really cool like target practice. Like, also the chrono station, but like, Army Globe had a very small one and they hang like one thing up. Capital Combat Zone, they're always moving theirs and stuff, and Warzone, it's just you go out and chrono in the field. But I want something really cool with a lot of like cool, because like in the back we have old wind chimes and stuff that when we're out back shooting, we'll shoot those, and just stuff that makes a lot of cool noises and spins and does this and does that. Chaos is needed. Exactly. When you're shooting and when you got kids shooting and stuff, more noises and movements and things that happen, I think it just gets you more engaged. You want to shoot that shit, you know what I mean? Like Army Globe has those tiny little, I don't know what they're called, like maybe it's a little wind.
Am I missing on top of like a farmhouse?
Yeah, like one of those little wind things that spins. They just got those, so when you're sitting there waiting for the game to start or whatever, you just shoot at those and they're spinning, and it makes you feel cool with hitting that tiny little target. Wasaga offers zombie type targets. That was cool. They had a swinging target, if I'm not forgetful. Yeah, that's awesome. Like stuff like that. Like, we have a local guitar and gun shop, 20 minutes down the road, and on their doors they have the coolest. They're paper targets, obviously, but they're like big zombies and different things like that. So that's really cool. Chris says we found the smaller fields kept the renters more engaged, even the people hiding in the back. Yeah, absolutely. All right, number 8, cruising. I guess I've already answered this question.
I got a story for
So
that
if you have another
question.
story, I'll ask you. Number 8, have you ever held back during a game when we were playing against each other? Be honest. So I already admitted, while you're saying yours, I'll try to think of another one, but I already admitted in the grass field, we both kind of went up and we both didn't want to shoot each other. So that would be mine right off the bat.
Mine is actually one of the recent times we were at Warzone. Might have been the last time we were there. I can't think of the name of the field. It's the one with the IBC crates, the barrels. It's the map where we did where you had to pick behind plastic, metal.
Oh, yeah.
Is it market?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're on that one, and I'm on the. God, I'm terrible at describing things. So if you're coming out of the safe house, I'm on the left side. You're on the right side. Opposite teams.
Yep.
So I came up on the right. I'm better on the right because I'm right-handed. So I come up around, and I had seen you behind a barrier, and you were not far from me at all. I could see you clear as day. Like, I was kind of proud of myself because I ran up. I'm more of a sit back and watch type of person, but if I'm really feeling it, I'll go a little extra. So I went all the way up to the right, and you were very, very close, and you were not even paying attention. You were looking off to the other side of the map, and I easily could have got you, like, easily, but it probably would have been as close as the Army Globe field. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I looked at the ref, they're like,
You gonna shoot him?
you're gonna get him? I looked at the ref, I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So I run back to where I was. And yeah, so I could have got him out clear as day, and I didn't because the loving part of me as his wife felt bad.
There was one time I actually remember, and this was way back because I had my Tipex, my pistol, as a pistol still. So it would have been like the first season, or maybe the beginning of the second season. I don't remember, but we were at Village. It's just a random quick story because I don't even remember a lot of the details, but I do remember. I'd have it on camera somewhere. You were just like kind of just sitting behind a barrier, and I did this insane flank. There was like I think you and maybe one other person left, and I came up directly behind you, and I could have just. I had my pistol. I could have just shot you in the butt. I could have just done a lot of things. I could have came up. I should have came up and freezed you like somehow funny, but I felt terrible. We just started playing. I think it was like the first game of the day, and I think you were probably doing pretty good. You probably had some eliminations and stuff. So I literally deflanked myself, like completely, like slowly, quietly walked back around and just had a regular fight. I don't even remember what happened. But I specifically remember one time I could have shot you right in the butt cheeks. I could have ran up and froze you. There was no one behind you to protect you. And I was just like, nah, I'll give her a fair fight. Like, even though it would have been really funny. Let's see. Number 9. This one sounds silly.
I'll ask you first then. If we had to yell the most ridiculous victory phase every time we got an elimination, what would it be?
God. I don't know.
That's a tricky one.
The only thing that comes to mind, and it wouldn't even make sense, but it's really funny to yell when you're doing something, is the Leroy Jenkins, when you're like, Leroy Jenkins. But I think that was like an old YouTube thing, like this dude playing video games or something like that. He like went in to go charge. I think he was playing like World of Warcraft or something. He went in to go do some like crazy charge, and he got everybody all amped up, and he's screaming Leroy Jenkins as he runs in. Then he just immediately just gets popped. But for some reason, like I don't know, maybe I would yell that. I don't know. If I had a little more time to think, I could probably think of
that
something cool.
one's
But
tricky.
victory phrase every time you got an elimination.
See, this is kind of like, I guess, a selfish answer because I'm thinking of myself, but like when I get somebody and I see it clear as day, I'm like, fuck yeah.
I was just about to say, every time you get some good elimination, the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, fuck yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
I can hear it from the other side of the field, too, and I'm like, oh no, she's on a roll now.
oh, I get so excited. I don't know. We have a lot, and the other.
It is the first. Yeah, I love
That's the only thing I can think of. We have a lot of inside jokes, so I feel like we would end up having some inside joke
That wouldn't make
phrase
sense to
that
anybody.
nobody would get, whether it's from like a TV show that we watch, a common TV show, or a YouTube TV show that's animated. Like,
But that's what makes it cool. So
Right.
I guess we can go with that route. We went with that route. Honestly, my brain, you know me lately with the Big Les show.
That's what I
I've
was
been like
thinking.
constantly saying stuff with an Australian accent. So, I don't know. I wish I could do a Chuma yell because I would just scream like a Chuma, and my dad would love that. But I'm just now we're just getting people confused that there's still the
Yeah.
inside jokes. Chumi. All right. Oh God, they gotta end. I'm gonna have to type in another question here. This just sounds. All right. Is there anything you wish we did differently when we played, like communication strategy, or just have even we hype each other up? I feel like that kind of already worked.
I
That
feel
was already
like
a
that was
question.
kind of like
Let's go. All right, I'm gonna do this.
the whole like walkie-talkie thing. I
Change.
feel like.
Change number 10. Make it extra good. Sorry, we're doing some AI stuff here.
Yeah, the fuck yeah is kind of my signature saying. The one day that we were at Warzone and we were behind the door, so I opened it and he shot somebody.
Oh,
I think I
yeah.
did a fuck yeah for him, and then there was one time I opened the door.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments for me is there's something with that door. For playing on the field, watch out for the door because I'm usually in there. But I opened the door and I seen somebody. I don't remember who it was. I don't know why I feel like it was like Rob or Norm, but I'd seen them and I
think it was
got
Norm.
them. I think right in the ass, and I was like,
Twice.
yeah.
Both the times it was him. Because I don't think he knew where it came. Because we would open the door, shoot, and close it so quick. It's like by the time you look, it's like, where the hell did that come from? The door's not open. It
Yeah.
couldn't have came from in there. Alpha says, I might have missed out, but what was the first game you guys played together at? So together, it was a Capital Combat Zone in Troy. I had went a few months, I can't even remember, I believe a few months before I went for my bachelor party for my first time actually playing paintball with my bachelor crew. And a bunch of walk-ons. It was awesome. And I came home and I wouldn't shut up about it. So I came home and I started ordering stuff. And I was like, babe, I want to get into paintball. I don't care where I gotta go, but I'm gonna get some paintball stuff and I'm gonna start paintball. And she's like, well, I want a paintball too. You know, I kind of want a paintball too. So we ordered a bunch of stuff. Troy, it's by the capital of New York there, the Albany. It's like 3 hours south. We're going in October 5th. It's a Sunday. Ballin' for Boobies. It's a breast cancer awareness, raising money for breast cancer awareness. They're gonna have like food trucks, events. They should have some big names there. Drawings, all the good stuff that big games bring. They're gonna have the speedball fields up and running. They're gonna have airsoft and paintball running all day long. They have fires and they have the pro shop there. Different vendors. It's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. It's such a Troy, like the old city. It is pretty old, but it's what I would consider our home field of the States. Even though it's 3 hours away, it's where we go, where we went, the first time we went and played together. We just got a bunch of gear and just drove down there. We had like 20 people, a bunch of friends and family. It was absolutely amazing. We had such a blast, and that's what kicked off our hobby. And here we are. You know what I mean? We just never stopped playing. Like July, taking all of July off, besides some of the winter months, which we even consistently, played through the winter. Taking all of July off was like the most time we've taken up paintball in the last like 3 years. Mm-hmm. Just because we knew after 3 seasons that July is the hottest, like the hottest month of the year. It's better to do other stuff, water parks and shit like that. The closest field to us, Alpha asks, I think there's one in Plattsburgh. It's about an hour away, but I think it's like a more of a kid like jelly ball thing. So I would think that the closest actual field would be, well, if you're talking in the States, would be Vermont, still an hour and a half away.
Lancaster, if we cross the border, Lancaster's about an hour and 15 minutes. Warzone's an hour and a half. There's literally nothing under an hour away. And that's why I'm looking to bring something, close by, hopefully, and hopefully spark some interest. So yeah, that's why, not the only reason why we consistently go over to Canada. There's great people over there, great fields, and our team, C1D's there. Obviously, now we're invested. But really, even with the border and the travel, it's just the closest, and it's really not that expensive, so we don't mind going over that exchange rate, huh? Yeah. All right. No, I don't like that question either. I'm going to come up with one more super duper cool question.
I guess while you're looking, I was reading through and I saw speedball in there. So we mainly just do the normal paintball. We never tried airsoft, but there was one time when we went to Capital Combat Zone because they do have a paintball or a speedball field there with all the blow up things. This is when Mikey came with us,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go do some speedball," and I was like, "Ooh," like I kind of had a little itch to try it, and he's like, "Oh, we should go do it." I mean, we didn't have any like speedball markers. We just had our, what did we have?
For
Harnesses? When we
when it did the
down.
speedball
They were
thing?
just normal paintball markers. Yeah, we did the speedball thing.
Oh yeah, she had a Cronus, but I actually had a fully automatic
Oh, yeah.
Delta Elite, so I was kind of on the level playing field of a speedballer, but Miranda had a single shot
Yeah,
Cronus.
so we did get to do that, get to experience that when we were down there, and I gotta say, it's fast paced, like it's cool, it's a lot, but it's really fun.
Yeah, it's not for me. I don't want to I would never be able to get fully invested into speedball just because of my shape. I don't. That's not my play style, really. Like the couple times I do run and gun and do crazy stuff, that's like one game. It's like Andrew says, one good game. That's it for the day. I would love to go do it once a season, maybe once or twice, or even go support Mikey and check out what he's got going on. He's good enough now to where we can go watch him, not embarrass him. But all right, one more question here. This would be a little silly one. If we had to wear matching ridiculous costumes for an entire paintball day, what would we choose? Matching. Well, not matching. If we dressed as I've thought about it a few times, actually dressing like old school, like Bonnie and Clyde, because I did the. My uncle got married one time and did what was it? I can't think of the guy's name now. The old it was like a mobster wedding. Dick Van Dyke or whatever, like type stuff. And I dressed up as like the lead detective. And it was just so cool to dress up in like the 1920s and stuff and wear the long coat and the tuxedo and the hat and stuff. I would absolutely love to go out one day, probably in the fall or early spring when it's, cool and you don't got to worry about that stuff, because I wore that Christmas blazer one time and just died. I would love to dress as Bonnie and Clyde. I think it, for like a big event or something like that, I think that would be absolutely cool.
That would be really cool.
What do you think? Just some
I really
ridiculous
like
costume.
that.
Yeah.
But on the other end of the spectrum, like absolutely ridiculous would be, for an example, it'd have to be like something you would take serious, like something that should not be on a paintball field, but it just makes it funny, is like a nun. Like something.
Well, you remember the slutty nun? from
Right, there was,
last year?
yeah. So just something along the lines of like that. Like it just would make something extremely funny. Like I'm trying to think of something else. Just a nun that cracks me up.
Nuns would be funny, yeah.
Or even dressed up as like a piece of food. Like they got like the hot dog costumes. Those are
Not
pretty
ketchup, though. Ketchup bottles. That's ruined it for... let's see what we got here. Good game. I think it's good enough for me. Alright. So, on the fly... What, a nun? Yeah, so last year at, it was a big game. at Mirabelle. I don't remember which one. It wasn't it was Rush. It was Operation Rush, and they had a costume contest. Dick Tracy. That was not Dick Van Dyke. Dick Tracy. Hey, I dressed up as him, and I don't even remember. That was the first year I met Miranda.
Yeah.
Now I lost where I was. Oh yeah, costume contest. It ended up winning. It was a guy wearing like a gothic, slutty nun, but I think he was like supposed to be a possessed gothic slutty nun. I don't know. It was amazing. He had big cans and everything, and he ended up winning. And it's funny because like after that was during lunchtime, and the second half of the day, I'm in the ditch, like in this all-out firefight, just absolute mayhem, and I just look to the right, and then there's the slutty nun just laying it down with me, and like that was awesome. Hobbies bring people together, absolutely. So yeah, I mean, playing paintball together over the last few years has been absolutely amazing. I think that we've done some like really cool things, met an absolutely amazing group of people, tons of groups of people, like people that we consider family now, people that, you know, we travel, we do just, like, there's some of my family, I don't even care if they're listening, that I wouldn't even travel a half an hour to go see because they annoy the shit out of me, you know, and they have, you know, they have no good, you know, spirit, nothing to give back, like, you know what I mean, that great communication, that great, just good vibes, and we'll drive hours and hours and hours and get our vehicles ripped apart a million times, and every single time we go, it's worth it, you know, to get over there and play paintball, with C1D, and I just think it's great. I think it's great, and the stuff that we get to do together, super cool. We're constantly even like I said, even when we're not on the paintball field, we're constantly talking about it. Even like at home, we're just shooting the shit about the stuff that's happened and stuff. So it never really ends. Like I said, I don't really think it's ever gonna end.
And now one of our rooms in our house has pretty much just kind of been a paintball room with all of our paintball stuff.
Yeah, that's the
It's
one
just
we're
kind of a
sitting
new
in right
part of
now.
our-
That's why I
yeah.
have to put up this green screen in this background so you don't see the absolute mess, clutter of paintball gear just overflowing like a garbage mountain off the table. One day we'll get it organized and hung up on the wall, maybe when we get a bigger house or something like that. But overall, I think the questions are pretty cool, and I think one of my favorite questions disappeared now. I guess they were all great,
They were
but
great.
just the relationship stronger, because I really do think that all the stuff we've accomplished and done in paintball, it really has like just put that extra little spice into the relationship and everything that comes with it. Like I said, even the good and the bad, because everyone knows in relationships that even when bad things happen, like you always, if you can make it through it, you always come out stronger. And even if it's just the stupid little arguments we have in the morning, like getting ready because like you didn't get up in time, or I didn't load the car in time, or like we get to the store and get our stuff and 10 minutes down the road we forgot something, or there's a million things that can happen, but like I said, at the end of the day, like it's all worth it, and we have a great time the second we hit the parking lot, and it's nothing but fun. The rides homes are amazing. I just think that if you can get your spouse out there, even if it's just once, and if you're really invested in the paintball, just get your spouse out there once, just so they can see your world. Like, even if they see your videos or they hear your stories all the time or something, just get them out there just once, because you never know. Like, she didn't even have to go out to get her to, I didn't even have to convince her. I didn't even ask her because I didn't think she would be interested at all. So definitely, like, get your spouse out there and see, because it's really cool. Sharing a hobby, but paintball together is absolutely amazing. Like, little battle buddies and shit. It's absolutely amazing. I wouldn't trade her for the world. So I'm gonna cut it off right there unless you got anything else to say.
No, I'm good. But if you do get your your spouse is out there, I am more than happy to have them follow me around.
Oh yeah, Miranda. If you're a guy and you want to get your girl out there and she's uncomfortable being, oh, I'm the only girl out there, I'm scared, I'm this, I'm the other thing. Miranda is amazing. She constantly, helps people, and she's worked together with girls on their first time. When we had that big outing, her first outing actually, she had never even played paintball. Oh no, I think we had another one. Either way, some of her cousins came out. Some of her girl cousins, and they hadn't really been paintballing or whatever, and some of her friends and stuff. And she worked with them and helped them and stuff. So bring them out. Miranda will take care of them. Connor, I know you're gonna be listening to this. Bring your girl out.
Yes, get her out here.
But yeah. Podcast room or a couple of corner for your episodes, no tradesies, just have a full paintball room. I'll find a girlfriend, I don't know yet. Yeah, but you're gonna find one that's already invested in the paintball or definitely ready to be invested in the paintball, that's for sure.
There'll be a random girl next to you. Let me get your mask, your lens for you, and that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
it starts.
Some chick cleaning off your lens in the middle of the battlefield.
Give you a barrel cleaner.
Just like, oh, so when I met, this is a funny story. There you go. If you have a barrel cleaner, hide it, and you see a girl on the field, go up to her and ask, hey, you got a barrel cleaner? Even if your barrel's not dirty, like, break a paintball in there.
Paintball,
Yeah, so, fun little quick story. I met Miranda at a wedding, going on 10 years ago. And I'm always the person that has, I have 4 or 5 lighters in my pocket because I probably went there with one and I probably stole 3 of them throughout the night, loaded up my pockets. I used to, smoke a lot of cigarettes and stuff. And I was drinking and see this hot little thing on the other side of the fire just kind of sitting there by herself. And I'm like, how do I had no game at all. So I was like, how do I go talk to this girl? How do I do it, I don't know if you were smoking or not. You might have been, so that might have been my, segue. I'm like, shit, so I'm gonna hide all my lighters, hit them all real good, and I went up and I was like, hey, you got a lighter? Sure enough, yeah, I got a lighter, and that's how I started talking to her. All it took was, hey, do you have a lighter? Because I had no confidence to walk up and be like, hey, what's your name? Or how do you know this so-and-so? So I had to get that little segue in, so yeah, get a broken pin, exactly. Just hide your barrel swab, get in there, ask for it, because it works. Because look, it works.
Still here.
All right, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. It's awesome to have everybody talking in the chats. I got Facebook, I got Discord, tons of listeners, super cool. Alpha, Chris, it was so nice seeing you, so nice having you. Jeff, Andrew, awesome having you guys here. T-Hit was here. If I forgot anybody, I'm really sorry. But we had a good time. I hope you guys had a good time listening. Absolutely, man. I can't wait. Absolutely. Much love, Alpha. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
All right, guys. Remember, at the end of the day, it's just a game.
Thanks for listening, and don't forget to like us, rate us, and tell everybody about us. Thanks for listening.